Good morning, everybody. Ti Dave here. I'm going to share a few videos and do some commentary on it. Real good stuff I got for you today. And for my believers, here's some encouragement right here to show you the power of the Most High when you trust in Him. Not trying to convert nobody, not trying to push my beliefs off on anybody. I'm just talking to believers because I know there's a lot of believers that watch this channel. And if you're not a believer, I don't think I'm better than you. I don't look down on you or nothing like that, and I'm not trying to push my beliefs on you or anything like that. You're welcome on my channel. You're welcome to come up for an interview, anything like that. So I just want to read this for encouragement. This person said, this is a comment on a YouTube video, and I'm going to play a clip because this goes in with targeting. This dude, this clip I'm going to play, and I'm not going to play it yet. I'll probably play it in the middle. That way the serious viewers that really watch my channel can hear what it has to say. Okay, so anyway, and I got like 5 short videos I'm gonna do commentary on. So anyway, here's some encouragement for believers to show the power of the Most High. There was a guy I worked with, this comment under a video I was watching, but this video was not a targeted individual video. This person's not targeted or anything, but this is a comment. There was a guy I worked with who was self-proclaimed, and this is who was a self-proclaimed witch and seer. One night, a bunch of us got together and had some drinks, and he said he could see our souls and tell us who we were and what our deepest secret was. The girls were all about it and amazed, and even some of the guys were pretty shocked. He got to me and went from confident to confused to worried and scared. When asked what he saw, he quietly said, "I don't have permission. The man behind you won't let you see anything. Won't let me see anything." A few weeks later, he left town, and in that time, what was becoming a great friendship turned into cold shoulders and avoidance. I found out later my parents, who are spiritual prayer warriors, were praying for God to bring me the people I need and remove those who would cause me harm, and to send angels to protect me. I later learned through another mutual friend that the witch had told them about my guardian angel. That was when I stopped being afraid of the darkness growing in my town and getting bolder. Okay, and we're going to get back to that. I'm going to play a clip of this in a little bit. So, okay, let's share the screen. And, okay, Google Photos. So I picked out some clips to share with y'all, and I'm going to be doing some commentary on them. Okay, let's go. They're not in any specific order. Okay, okay, here you go.
Bill Gates declares the end of the smartphone era and unveils its surprising replacement. Replacement? No more smartphones. What's he going to replace it with? Electric tattoo.
And so apparently, smartphones are going to be electronic tattoos on your wrist. Bill Gates is working on that. I had to stop it because I don't know if they're going to try to get me for the music playing in the background. So, but yeah. So let's see if he's still playing it.
Phones on our hands instead? That
That looks familiar, don't it?
familiar. That looks extremely familiar.
So that was one of them. So Bill Gates is proposing something to get rid of smartphones and put smartphones and electronic tattoo on your hand. I did Google it, and that is the true story. They are trying to work on that. Okay, next video. I thought this was interesting.
People who make the modern world run. Number one, the pawns, the masses. They follow orders, they are predictable. They get sacrificed each game. Number two, the rope. These are the 20% of people who do 80% of the work, but they get stuck when the routines change, and they are useless on their own. They need number three, the night. Nobody can predict their path, their creativity. They connect dots no one else connect.
Richard Branson, John McAfee, Kanye.
Number four, the bishop. The bishop will protect you.
50 that you mean, basically.
There are only 6 types of people who make things change, and they are useless on their own. They need number three, the night. Nobody can.
And I think a lot of TIs are knights. But Question is, what do you think you are?
Take their past, their creativity. They connect dots no one else connect.
Richard Branson, John McAfee, Kanye.
Number 4, the bishop. The bishop will protect you, and he is a quiet planner. Edward Snowden, Jan Xiang-Wan, Masayoshi Son.
Number 5.
Number 5, everyone is afraid of the queen. Those who run the Suki agencies, those who run the military, the rules and laws of the pawns, knights, and bishops don't apply to them.
So who are the kings of this world in blue collar?
The families that cannot be named. They have trillions, but don't show up in the Forbes list. Money does not matter to them because they print it. Everyone is playing chess, but they are the ones who provide the board. They decide how many fields the board has and how long the game will be played.
Thought that was interesting. Another interesting fact is when the game's over, all the pieces go back into the box, even the king and queen. Something to think about. Okay, let's see what we got.
City mean basically a neighborhood where you can reach everything you need within a 15-minute foot walk, a doctor, grocery store, and so forth. However, if you now fancy another store and it does not happen to be in your neighborhood, you won't
It's
go
coming,
to the
y'all.
store anymore. Total control is what we're talking about. Once they decide you're no longer allowed to leave your 15-minute immediate area, they don't have to fence it in or anything. It will be done via digital ID.
With the social credit system, kind of
Something like
maintaining
that, yeah.
compliance.
And there's pilot projects already going on in Bologna. It's called the Bologna Wallet. And in Vienna, it's called the Vienna Token. It's voluntary for now. And it's only pretty much enticing people to get some ticket for a little less or something like that to go to theater, something like that. But soon there will be a time you don't have a choice anymore. You have to have this digital green certificate, this QR code, whatever. And then they will tell you where you can go, what you can do, and what you can and cannot do.
Okay, let's go to the next one. That one don't want to play for some reason. I'm gonna try to go back. Let me try this then. Okay. Close the window, see if it works. Now it don't want to work. Wow, imagine that.
One 200th the size of a hair.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back to the. Here we go. This one really don't want to play. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes if it don't want to play. It's basically talking about lasers and Space Force and how direct energy weapons are real, and that does not want to play, and how they're being tested out in every country, and systems are being installed in every country. That's what he's basically saying. And for some reason, this is the one that does not want to play because everybody listens to CNN, right? So they don't want to see. They don't want you to see that one because more people will believe that one than anybody because everybody believes everything the news feeds them anyway. Okay, next one. Okay, let me see what I can do here. Okay, I think I can get this to work. Hold on.
There are so many towers and hidden transmitters, even streetlights.
This is very Trower.
there is a system, and it's been out about 10, 12 years now, called Celdar. There are different types of Celdar, but basically a computer, if they wanted to watch you, it's like radar, only with microwaves. Once the system is locked onto you, let's say from this lamppost, if there's a transmitter there, once it's locked onto you, the computer will take away anything that isn't moving, like buildings, and it will have your size, and then as you walk up the road, and you get lost from this transmitter, the next one will pick you up, and then the next one, and they can follow you everywhere. And if they want to, they can also send a beam into you, a microwave beam.
And see, it's that easy to be tracked and traced. They've been doing this for years now, since the 90s that I know of. But then people say, why? Well, why haven't all these cases been solved? Why is there people missing and all that? If that's the case, would you ever think the people running the system? Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. Self-explanatory. Let's go right here.
The interconnectedness of human beings goes beyond mere social interactions and into the realm of energy dynamics. Scientifically speaking, everything is energy, and the transfer of this energy is not limited solely to the realm of the seen. From a more esoteric perspective, it's believed that we are surrounded by an aura, a subtle electromagnetic field that interacts with external energies. Let's delve into the science first. At the core, every atom in our body is a vibration of energy, and every interaction, be it physical or emotional, has the potential to influence this energy. Recent advances in the field of neurocardiology provide compelling evidence for this interplay of energies. The heart, as the most potent electromagnetic organ, emits an electromagnetic field that can be measured several feet away from the body. This field can and does change based on our emotions. Studies from the Heart Math Institute have shown that positive emotions like gratitude or love can produce smooth, coherent patterns in the heart's
And see, that's one reason I say gratitude, love. That's the thing. They don't want you vibrating on that frequency. And God even said the greatest two commandments, love thy neighbor as thyself and love God with all thy heart.
electromagnetic field, while negative emotions produce incoherent, jagged patterns. But how does this relate to the influence of external energies? Imagine two instruments playing in a room. If they are in tune with each other, they create harmony. If not, they produce dissonance. Similarly, when we are in the presence of someone emitting a coherent, positive heart field, we may feel uplifted, more at peace, or more positive. Conversely, when exposed to incoherent heart fields, we might feel drained, irritable, or even anxious. Moreover, our environment plays a crucial role in this energetic interplay. Places like people harbor energy. Areas with a history of trauma, high stress, or negative events can retain incoherent energy patterns, impacting those sensitive to it. On the contrary, environments like serene forests or tranquil beaches can emit coherent energies, aligning with and rejuvenating our own. While these concepts may seem esoteric, they are rooted in the tangible realm of science, as our understanding of quantum physics, neurocardiology, and human biology deepens. The boundary between the scientific and the mystical becomes ever more permeable.
Man, you know I've saved the best for last, so please hang on if this is getting bored or fast forward.
The realization emerges that in this vast universe of vibrations, frequencies, and energies, we are not isolated entities. Instead, we are interconnected nodes, constantly influencing and being influenced by the energies that surround us. Thus, choosing our surroundings and company wisely isn't just sage advice, it's a pathway to energetic equilibrium and well-being. Electromagnetic field. Your thoughts and emotions determine its strength. This is what many refer to as your vibe. Your vibe is the vibration you emanate. diseases and illnesses are tethered to lower vibrational frequencies.
And then this goes on to say, that's why I try to encourage y'all to stay positive, try to keep a gratitude list. Always try to find something to be grateful for because they want you vibing on low vibration because they want the whole world vibing on that frequency. And that's one reason I feel they target people because a lot of people, a lot of TIs I've ran across, including me, are empaths, very caring and loving souls. So
1/200th the size of a hair, made out of biological material.
now this one right here, I haven't got the swimming pool tester out, but this is a very interesting thing this dude's talking about.
Non-X-rayable. This is not something you're going to swallow, eat, or run in the bloodstream. It is driven off of alkalinity in your body. Now, since 1993 to 94, in the general public, there are 12 million plus biochips in the population.
Notice what he says. They're biodegradable. Biodegradable.
Right now, according to a Denver police officer, if you know the number of a person, you can track them within 10 feet anywhere in the world. I've known this for a number of years. I have an affidavit from a manufacturer and some other things. Look it up on the satellite the minute it's punched into the iridium system. All your records are being dumped into the iridium right now. And he had gotten in my face and said, I heard you on Art Bell, and you need to explain to people that they need to take these biochips. This is the best thing they could possibly get because not only does it attract their kids, but it's going to help them think because it's a programmable chip. Because the American people are stupid. My face leaning over across my table, and he's saying, you're giving out national defense secrets, and this is the only way we can distract our soldiers. This is the only way we can communicate with our soldiers. But, sir, don't you cross the line of constitutional rights when you don't tell them you put the chip in?
Sure do.
He squared in the eyes and said, my soldiers do not need to think for themselves, and they do not have constitutional rights. They're stupid. They think you're stupid. They think you're sheeple. You really need to go get these documents. The KidScan program. And KidScan is a program where in Miami, Florida, in 1989, they implanted 8,000 kids with biochips. Goes into the numbering system that there are 92 billion numbers for these microchips, so they can give everybody at least 2. Department of Energy's website on the biochip. It's a 2-year-old announcement. It's www.doe.g.
Now, I think this was an old video, so I'm not sure if that's still up, but it was up at one time.
.gov/biochip. HTM. And it's the announcement of medical uses of biochips. It's 2 years old, it's still on the web, for implantable microchip. It's on the web. They think you all are so stupid, you're not going to go look on the web. And if you believe this, that people are going to call you crazy. But there are so many documents out there right now I can go to a website right now and I can order chips to implant in my friends to track them and program them. All the technology is out there. Washington Times, October 11th, 1993, Martin Anderson goes into Hughes Aircraft and how they helped develop the biochip. Biochip is biodegradable. It will come apart. There's a flaw in it. And one of the manufacturers of the biochip sat down with me for several hours in Denver last year when I was at the Denver Preparedness Expo. And I started telling him a little bit of what I know. He got wider and wider and wider and about passed out, and I had to walk with him to the bathroom a couple of times because he was just getting so scared. How do you know all this? Well, I have friends in the NSA and the CIA, and one of my uncles is still in the agency. And said, but this is top secret. Nobody's supposed to know but 15 people. 43 to 53, they started to develop a biological chip with a biological battery. And they tried acid and they tried alkaline in the body by running a biological system. And this is nanotechnology. Thrive in alkalinity. Oh, they started to devise stuff to run in alkalinity. Now, the biochip, if you want to find out if you got one, you go to your local Walmart or drugstore and you get a swimming pool tester. Now, this sounds stupid, but the chemicals that they're using, if you just test your pH, it's going to give you a straight pH of your balance. But if you check your alkalinity against your pH, you're going to find that your pH, your alkalinity is at 7.8, 7.10, which is the sign of alkalosis. Now, alkalosis, when you get to that point, will give you upper respiratory problems and flu-like symptoms. And when you get to 7.8 to 7.10, it makes you have the same effects as Luvox. It's a mind, they put you in a delusional state, according to most medical books. Gee, what a coincidence. So you take and you test your body. Now, your body's supposed to be 6.8. It's not supposed to be acid. It's not supposed to be alkaline. It's supposed to be balanced. What you want to do is go look up the symptoms of alkalosis. To dissolve your biochip is go get acid-forming vitamins and bring yourself back to 6.8. Drop yourself to 6.7 for a week, and the biochip will not hold together because it's held together by alkalinity, and it will fall.
And he says it'll fall apart. I thought that was interesting to share. I don't think that. I think that's pretty smart the way they were thinking. Biodegradable. That way, they probably have the power to dissolve it before it gets before they're able to even take it out. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on that. I'm just saying I thought that was an interesting video. All right, next. The type of machine used by police to extract data from people's phones. This is what it can find.
Chats, cookies, device notifications, emails, instant messages, passwords.
You can see deleted conversations on encrypted apps like WhatsApp and Signal. Millie's deleted web browsing history.
Hopefully nothing too embarrassing.
Contact information for everyone she's spoken to, the locations of all her calls.
And you can see other people's phone numbers. So it's got more.
Can you see their messages to you?
Yeah.
So the police are getting information about people you've contacted. Exactly. Have nothing to do with the arrest that might have happened.
Exactly, and who may have contacted me securely about work using Signal. I think the most worrying is that this can happen on arrest, even when charges are never even brought. It can also happen to witnesses and to victims. There seems to be nothing clear in terms of deletion, so it seems like the police can effectively do what they want when they obtain your phone.
It's a scary amount of information. It's also so useful for the police. This is going to be so important in investigations.
Of course. The trouble is, at the moment, you don't need a warrant to obtain any of this.
Okay, so that's another interesting. But we basically knew all that. We were target individuals, so we knew that technology existed, and I think it's in the hands of more than just police. So I think that's more of the problem. Although I guess if you were an officer and you wanted to break your oath, you could do this and pry into different people's lives. Okay, let's see if I got anything else for y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna play the last thing.
Australian cities are becoming digital.
There's a reason I waited to the last video to play what I'm gonna play, because I want the serious listeners and the serious people to hear this, because it's definitely a different take on things.
Digital surveillance.
God bless all TIs in Australia. Australia is really, really coming along with this smart city and all this. And listen to this.
With so-called smart city programs being rolled out across the country. Invasive technology such as facial recognition cameras, license plate readers, smart lights, smart poles, smart cars, smart neighborhoods, smart homes, and smart appliances, all connected to wireless networks and communicating with each other. So what's wrong with that? Technology is good, isn't it? All this is for your safety, security, and convenience, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, your streets are spying on you. Your mobile phone is spying on you. Your cities are spying on you. And the infrastructure for future lockdowns is being put into place right now. Don't be fooled. You're being set up to be tracked through your movements and through the future of your digital wallets. By handing over your data, you're handing over the ability to monitor your behaviour, which will soon be turned into a social credit score. And once the central bank digital currencies are in place,
this is Australia.
You spend your money without approval. Digital ID will soon become a reality in Australia. Many other countries are already rolling these systems out. Countries like Canada, Scotland, and many others. Eventually, you won't be able to access any government or public services. You won't be able to travel across borders or access healthcare or the internet without a digital ID. Think you won't comply? I think you will. The last 2 years were the dress rehearsal and we fell for it hook, line and sinker. Australians are sleepwalking into this technocratic future. And while we're
So there's that. Smart cities. It's coming, folks. And here's a robot. I think that's a robot. That might be body armor. I apologize for that one. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to play one more, and if I can't play this, I'm gonna play two more recordings. This is the most important part, in my opinion. Let me see, sent.
And I will tell you, it would finally complete the biometric entry exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. We will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
I was in Shanghai and you're not allowed to jaywalk in China. They have facial recognition cameras in every sidewalk. And what they do is if you jaywalk when the light is red, it'll scan your face and it'll deduct money automatically from your bank account. And they'll display you on a big LED board calling you a criminal, all done automatically, remotely. I filmed the video about it because it was absolutely insane. It gets so crazy that in certain places of Shanghai, you're only allowed to walk in one direction. If you walk in the opposite direction, they scan your face, deduct money from your bank account, and if you don't have money in your bank account, social credit score gets removed.
Hey, welcome to China. Oh no, it's Miami Beach, Florida here. Yeah, they got these cameras every 30 meters now. They got all the way up over there. We're in front of Fontainebleau right now. Look at that, what they just installed. Face recognition, track and trace, AI tracking system. And they got every 30 meters. Boom, boom.
Now, don't get me wrong. It will reduce crime, I guess. I guess you could say, and that's what they're going to promote it as. However, just think about your privacy now. Your privacy. Well, target individuals' privacy has been gone for years anyway. They see everything we do. They know everything we say. They know every conversation we have. But for the public who makes fun of target individuals, I guess they're fixing to start seeing the reality of what's fixing to progress. And that's all I got. But I have one more thing, and I'm going to play this. I thought this was interesting. So I really think where we're at here is a spiritual. I think we've got different times of, I think we have different types of people targeting us, different people going through different things. Okay, so I think there's a spiritual aspect to this targeting, and I think there is get rid of dissidents, access targeting, whistleblowers, whatever you're targeted for. But I think there's different groups helping in this targeting, and this is from a channel. And this is the last thing, I'm gonna wrap it up. This is from a channel that's not about targeting. It's called Now You See TV, and so they get into pretty interesting stuff about the Bible, about the last days and stuff. So anyway, he got this. This dude got this letter. I was listening to it this morning. This dude got a letter from this ex-Coven member, Coven, Coven member, like a witch, and he wrote this letter, and I'm gonna let you listen to it. Sounds like targeting to me, and so who's to say that there's not different groups doing this for different reasons? After you listen to this, listen.
It says, "Dear John, I hope this letter finds you well.
though I'm not sure my words will leave you feeling the same. I've been meaning to write you for weeks, but something's been gnawing at me. I'm compelled to share it, not to scare you, but because you've always had a knack for seeing through the fog of things, and it might save your life. It's about these coven members, they call them, and their assignment is in every city. It's a story that makes you question the faces around you, and I warn you, this is not to be taken lightly. I shouldn't be telling you this because it could cost me greatly. A secret network, a group operating in every city, from the skyscraper canyons of Manhattan to the small towns like ours. They're old bloodline coven members. There's nothing witchy about them in the broomstick and cauldron kind of way that is visible. He said, these people blend in. They're your pharmacist, your kid's soccer coach, the lady who smiles at you at the grocery line. But they're not there by chance. They're assigned. And their targets, well, that's where it gets dark. There's a list, an assassination list. I can tell you who makes it. I can't tell you who makes it. The names on it are anyone who is a threat to their uprising. But once you're marked, a coven member is dispatched. They're tasked with becoming your friend, your confidant, the person you'd never suspect. They slip into your life like a shadow and feed information to whoever's holding the strings. And then he tells me a story. He says, let me paint you a picture, because this is where it starts to crawl under my skin. He says, imagine a woman named Clara, a librarian with wired rimmed glasses and a laugh that makes you feel at home. Really sweet lady. She moves to a small city, let's say your city, and starts frequenting the same coffee shop as a guy named Tom. Tom's a pastor of a budding church. Clara bumps into him one day, spills her latte, and they get to talking. She's warm, funny, and remembers her favorite sports team. Soon, they're grabbing beers after work, texting about nothing, sharing stories over late night pizza. Tom thinks he's made a friend, maybe even someone more. But Clara's not there by accident. She's a coven member, and Tom's name is on that list. Every detail she learns, his work schedule, his sister's address, the fact that he sleepwalks when he's stressed, gets passed along. To who? That's the question nobody answers. They know how to mirror your quirks, laugh at the right moments, ask questions that feel innocent but aren't. And they're patient too. They might spend months, years, decades building your trust. Clara might help Tom fix his leaky sink, show up at his mom's funeral, all while filing away every detail of his life. And the whole time, Tom's none the wiser, because who suspects their best friend of being what? A coven member? A spy? A cog in some invisible machine? Some targets never meet their end. They're just watched, controlled, kept in check. What makes my stomach turn is how widespread this is. Listen to this. Every city, John, even in your small town, think about that. In your little town with less than 1,000 people, there could be a dozen of them sipping coffee at the diner. Well, in my small town, there is no small coffee at the diner with a dozen people that's ever sitting at it, but I get the idea. Sipping coffee at the diner, chatting up the mayor at the farmer's market, or teaching a yoga at the community center. They're organized like a secret society with a hierarchy. At the top, there's someone or something calling the shots, deciding who's a threat and who's not. Below them, local handlers assign the operatives, give them their targets, names, maybe even a dossier with photos and habits. The coven members don't always know why they're watching someone. They're told it's for the greater good, and some have personalities they don't even know about. I haven't told anyone else, John, because I don't want to sound like I've lost it. But I know because I was in and I woke up. So do me a favor, keep your eyes open. If someone new slides into your life a little too smoothly, or has, ask yourself why. The time is coming soon to where they will act at once. P.S. Burn this letter when you're done. I don't know who might be watching. Well, sounds a lot like what we go through on a daily basis. That's what I'm saying. That's a coven member. So you got the um, watch list, which I don't even think the watch list is a small factor in this. This goes deeper than the watch list. There's many, many different lists, many different groups of targeting people for different reasons. So I'd really, that's why I never talk about the watch list because and even so, Sabrina Wallace and others even say that, there's many different lists. So the terrorist watch list is only one little bitty aspect. You got to understand this is worldwide. So anyway, I hope this helped y'all today, especially the encouraging word at the beginning. And let me know what y'all think in the comments about this last part I just played. This dude is not. It's not a target individual channel or nothing like that. This dude got a letter from an ex-Coven member, and I just thought that was interesting because this dude's channel has nothing to do with target individuals, and he got this letter sent to him in red, and it correlates with what us TIs go through on a daily basis. So anyway, God bless all TIs, SRA survivors, and MK Ultra survivors. Have a peaceful day if you can. And if not, at least try to write a gratitude list. Try to be positive any way you can. Don't never let them get you thinking negative about yourself, thinking you done something wrong, thinking you're worthless. None of that. Always try to engage in positive affirmations over yourself. God bless.